my friend. So for the mandolin, what we're going to do is practice on playing maybe a G major. Do it a 1 or 2 note lick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. That's a 4 note lick using 3 notes. We're going to go to the 7th. Where's our 7th? So our F is our dominant 7. So see how one set of fingerings is a lot easier than the other? With this first fingering, I have to jump back after playing that. Well, with this fingering, my fingers are already there. So the concept we do is, if you're going to play a G major, a G7, and a G sus4, the fingers are naturally going to be playing places. One of our questions was, how do I chuck? Chucking gets rid of the legato note and adds all notes of staccato. So a G7, if we were to play a G major here, and put our... It's much easier to play a G7 like that than it is to actually just play like that up top here, regardless of how the note sounds. It's just an inversion. This is a G7 with the lowest note being the G. This is also a G7 with the lowest note being a G, but if I were to play it in the alternate fingering, I would have this note right here, and then this, and spread out. Now that is a heck of a movement to hit that D. So that's why we just leave that G open. And you'll find when you move these notes up and get those same notes, and add that one top note, it gives you the version of what you're already considering to be another chord. So C major, C sharp, D, D sharp, becomes the chord you're looking for. There's that G7. So all these things lead up to being able to play chord structures, play them with different chord structures, and then be able to utilize sounds in between. So let's play like a G major and do like a 2-note movement up and a 2-note down. Then F. Here's our G sus, right? So let's use that sus. And then back to the G. All in all, when you go slow, top. Use something inside of there. If I were to do 16 notes, I'll be doing something like a... So that brings me into another thing. This G sus4, because I want to get those chuckings, I would use my second version, which is the hard one, but you'll find that playing a G sus4 is much easier. Most of the times I would play my G sus4 like that. By learning these new chord shapes and inversions, not only does it help for fretboard recognition, but also helps to put an idea with where the fingers feel the best at. Which moves us into our next portion. I call these oops-a-daisies. Go ahead and learn this in like the key of B going down to G, meaning B major to a B flat major to an A major to a flat major, then to a G, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little oopsie-daisies, because I always think wah, 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 wah. So if you know how to play G major in your different fingerings and you scoot up to a G sharp, but you're a little uneasy about what this is right here, you can actually work yourself up and go, oh, that's a B flat now, because the time you took to go B, B flat, A flat, G will make sense when you have a C, B, B flat, A flat. And when you work them down the whole way, C sharp, C, B, B flat, A, it starts to make sense that way, and you correlate that. So you could also go up. If you were to go all the way from the G up, G, G sharp, A sharp, B. And then when you go up again, you could do like, again, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp. And a B sharp is a C. So long story short, you could do that with everything. Let's try a D major. Now let's teeter-totter it. Now scoot it up, and that's a D sharp, and then an E, and then an F, and then an F sharp. So if we have F sharp going down, we have F sharp, F flat, which is E, and then E flat, which is F double flat, blah, 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 and then D. So it sounds like wah, 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 wah. It's fun sometimes to end a tune on that, and if you could end a tune on that, whatever key you're in, and do that as your notation, it's interesting to see that when you get to that D, let's say you're going down to a D sharp, D sharp major, E major, F sharp, G. So a wah, 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 wah. You now know that if you're in the key of G and you do that wah, 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 which is 5 minor seconds, half steps in a row, you'll end up on D flat major. It's pretty cool. There's other tricks that I will show you, like doing minor thirds all the way up, and it resolves after 4. So if you're in the key of, let's say, G, you would go G major, G, G sharp, A sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, C sharp, C, D sharp, E, E sharp, and look how we're back to where we started. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it goes all the way back and around. Anyway, it was wonderful seeing you this week. Try these oops and daisies. Keep going with your scales. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Try doing all your major scales first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Between your Ionian, your Lydian, and then your Mixolydian, we should have all 3 major ways to get around the 1, 4, and 5 of every key. After that, we'll talk about how we can do the melodic minor, harmonic minor, and then just our natural minor, which is our Aeolian, our 5th scale degree. Doing a great job. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Aloha.